Welcome everybody to Clarington Kia. Today we're going to take you on a tour of this 2023 Kia Sportage HEV SX. That's right, this is the Hybrid SX model and this is black magic. I am moving the car just from the key fob. Isn't that wicked? That is called front and rear park assist. You can see you can go forwards or backwards to help you get in and out of any narrow parking spots you may have. Isn't that cool? Also, remote start on the key fob. I mean, I don't know why that's not even relevant when we're talking about moving a car itself. So this Sportage has just over 58,000 kilometers, is a one-owner vehicle, and it is in fantastic shape. And we're going to take you on a tour of all the great features on this Sportage, as well as the condition, in case you're shopping from home and you want to know more about this specific one. After we're done watching this video, you're going to have all the information, so that way you can head over to Clarington Kia to pick this up. All right, now let's talk about the hybrid power plant, because that is obviously a specialty on this vehicle. So we have a 1.6 liter, 4-cylinder turbocharged engine connected to a 6-speed automatic transmission. And then we also have, for the hybrid component, a 1.49 kilowatt hour battery pack connected to a 64 kilowatt electric motor. So all that being said, you're going to push about 227 horsepower out of this hybrid. Yeah, so 227 horsepower, lots of power, but of course that 1.6 liter is a very small 4-cylinder, and then you get all the electric assist from that hybrid component. Those 64 kilowatt electric motor is really going to give you all of that assist for heavy acceleration going uphill and passing on the highway. So that's where we get the fuel economy way down on this Sportage Hybrid. All right, so that covers our powertrain. Now let's talk about the exterior and interior condition, as well as some of the great features. As we slide over here to the right, you can see this is a good mid-size SUV. You can definitely fit 5 adult passengers inside very comfortably. The SX model gives you these 18-inch gunmetallic alloy wheels, great looking tires on there as well. Always love to see the Goodyears. Not a lot of companies using Goodyear anymore because they're very expensive, but we have Goodyears on this one, so reap that benefit. Now we've got turn signals in the mirrors. We also have cameras on all 4 sides of the vehicle to give you a surround view camera, which I'll show you when we get inside. Now, as we're doing this tour, any dings, dents, scratches, I will show you. That is the purpose of this, because you're probably shopping from home. You want to know the condition as well as the great features, and you're going to see that here. Speaking of, we have just a little bit of transfer right here on the bumper, this little mark here. I would bet that a quick polish will remove that or lighten that up almost all the way, so don't worry too much about that one. Now, as we slide around to the back, you get a look at the rear tailgate here. It is a hands-free tailgate system, so when the vehicle is locked, it's already remote started, so it won't work, but it does when it's not. When you walk up, the lights will flash and beep, and it indicates that it's about to open up the trunk. If you don't want it to open, you just walk past it and it doesn't open up. But it's very convenient if you have your hands full, like if you were to be putting in a set of golf clubs or that big full-size luggage in the back, driver included. So you can see there's tons of space back here. And the previous owner has even left in the rear cargo tray. So this is a removable cargo tray, just keeps things nice and tidy back here. You can take that in and out. It's great if you're like gardening or, you know, putting topsoil and stuff like that, obviously in the bag. But, you know, throwing stuff in here, you take that out, wash it out, put it back. Very nice. We'll close up our tailgate and then continue our tour. You know what? Sorry, just saw this here. So it looks like in the rear, so this is a piano black finish here. Right here, it looks like there's just a few marks, probably from dropping something maybe when they were bringing it in and out, but just a few little marks here. Not much you can do about that because it is the piano black portion. However, it's there just as a note, not a big deal. Not going to affect the performance of the car by any means, of course. Coming around to the passenger side, everything looks nice and neat and tidy here. How about that steel gray color too? Looks really, really great. Nice contrast on it. Then as we come around to the front, you know what? I'm gonna go turn on the headlights because I want you to see the headlights. It's a really, really nice design. So let's go inside here real quick. I'll give you a sneak peek actually, because you're gonna see that this Sportage has this great red interior. This is only exclusively on the SX model. All right, so we get that in the SX. Nice panoramic sunroof up top as well. All right, let's see if those headlights have activated now that yeah, they have. Great. All right. So now you can see here we've got that nice boomerang style LED daytime running light, amber light there. The headlights didn't turn on because I didn't start the car, so silly me. Anyway, you might be asking right now, hey, why not like stop or edit this video? We don't edit a single video here simply because we want you to see the live look at this car as if you were here in person. We're not hiding anything, we're showing you everything as it is. If we make a mistake, we laugh, you know, kind of joke about it and continue on, because that's life. Now, again, another look at this fantastic interior. I've moved this driver's seat all the way back to show you you've got lots of legroom back here, but this red interior is very sharp. A great contrast to the steel gray outside. We have an armrest built in there. We have USB ports in the back of the driver and passenger front seats, so everybody can stay plugged in and charged up. There's no rips, tears, stains, or burns, and this is a non-smoker vehicle. And then if you look up, that panoramic sunroof goes all the way to the back. And we have heated seats in the rear as well. So each outboard, each side is a heated seat, which is very nice. And then up front, again, that panoramic sunroof and this nice red interior. Now there is, I don't know if I mentioned this, but it is a non-smoking vehicle as well. We've got a power driver's seat with power lumbar support, and that is connected to a 2-driver memory setting as well. So each driver has their own setting. Previous customer included these nice Sportage rubber mats, and then it's got the aluminum pedals down there on the SX model. Now that we're inside, let's get this started up. It does have that remote start, obviously with the front and rear park assist, but now that we've kind of deactivated it, let's get it started. Who loves the bedazzle around the push button start? This does come off, by the way. Just kind of shows you, you know, the previous owner had really loved this vehicle, wanted to add some of their own accessories on here to make it their own. So now that we're in here, I mean, it's already pretty impressive. We have a full continuous digital display right across to the infotainment display here. But before we get into that, let's talk about the safety features that you get on this Sportage Hybrid SX. It is a very, very long list of them. So we have forward emergency braking with junction turning. Junction turning is the new one, whereby if you're in the left-hand turning lane at an intersection and you're always trying to see around that truck or something that is on the other side, when you go to pull out, the Kia will recognize if there's a car coming, oncoming traffic, and actually stop you, so that way you don't pull into oncoming traffic. So that's a really nice feature. We have lane keeping assist and lane follow assist. So it knows the lines on the road. It'll keep the Sportage kind of centered in those lines. And then additionally to that, this also features the highway driving assist. So it takes all of that, combines it with the adaptive cruise control, and now will actually take gentle curves in the road with that adaptive cruise, you know, keeping a nice safe space to the car in front of you, and works like a semi-autonomous driving system. Fantastic system. What I love about it that Kia does better than most is you can activate the steering without the adaptive cruise. I'll say that again. You can have the steering without the adaptive cruise. So you can now use this on like city streets where it gives you steering assist, but you don't have the cruise control activated. That I use a lot in my Kia. Love it. Very, very convenient feature. We also have blind spot warning with blind spot collision avoidance, and we have blind spot monitor. So you can see when I put on the left turn signal, we get the camera from the left hand side view mirror. Same thing for the right side. So we get the right side mirror. So when you're making lane changes, very easy. You can really just look at this and trust this display. Or, I mean, some people it takes a little getting used to, but you'll see that that is a very, very convenient, very accurate display to be working with. And we also have rear cross traffic alert, as well as rear park avoidance. So when you're backing up, if you're getting too close to something, it will actually apply the brakes and avoid you hitting something when you're backing up the vehicle, which is absolutely fantastic. So that covers that long list of safety features, but it's important to know because this is one of the more advanced vehicles that we have. That's what you're getting, big bang for buck out of this. Now that we're inside, let's talk about our heated leather wrap steering wheel. As you can see here, our cruise control, Bluetooth, adaptive cruise all on the wheel. We have paddle shifters behind here for the 6-speed automatic transmission. And then we have this beautiful digital driver's display. So you can see 45,000 kilometers We've got the digital tachometer, the digital speedometer on the other side. All right. If we change drive modes, you'll see that the dash usually changes. Are we going to go? Nope. All right. I thought the dash would change when you change the drive modes. That might be in the setting. Maybe they've turned that off, but you can see Eco, Sport, and Smart for the drive modes. I'm changing all that just by adjusting this dial here. Now let's go over here and talk about our infotainment display. Pretty boring display as it currently sits. That's just kind of the neutral display. You got your time and your ghosted navigation. Flip it over. Now we've got all of our information here that we want to display. So it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We do have a hybrid component to it as well. So it's going to show you your average fuel economy. Of course, you can ignore all that. The car's been idling. That's not obviously accurate. You've got your energy flow to show you if the battery is being powered by the engine, if the electric motor is working, what your battery power is at, etc., etc. This on a hybrid, I'll be quite frank, this is not stuff you really need to pay attention to. Let the hybrid do its thing. It's going to work for you extremely well. You don't need to pay too much attention to this, but if you wanted to, it is there. You can see we do have onboard navigation. All right. And then we have our quiet mode, which deactivates the speakers in the rear in case you got little guys sleeping back there. You don't have to go through and change all the fade and the balance. It'll do that automatically just by using the quiet mode button. And then we have Kia Connect, which is really, really great to use with this particular vehicle. Kia Connect connects your car with your phone via mobile app. You can get the car warmed up, turn it on, find out where it is, see how much gas is in. It all depends on the service you activate. It is available. It's a paid subscription, but it's really fantastic. I definitely suggest you give it a shot anyway for a couple months just to see how great it is. Now, let's put this in reverse to show you our rear view camera and our around view camera. So you can see a top-down view of the Sportage here to make it nice and easy to park. We also have different options here on the left. This gives us kind of like a 3D model that you can spin. Again, I mean, cool little things. This is helpful in very few situations, but it's definitely a flex. It's definitely something you want to show off to your friends. Really neat, right? When we put it into park, what we can do is hit the camera button, which is located right here. And now you can get a front camera view. How did we do that? I thought front camera. I thought you could get a front camera view. Maybe I lied. There's the side view. Oh, top-down view. Where's our front camera view? Well, I thought you could get a front camera view. Fooling me. Anyway, lots of different camera options, just not the front one, or maybe I'm not doing it right. Any case, moving down here, we have our automatic climate control. But also a cool little feature. So currently it's on the climate control. Push this button and it goes to our radio controls, and it just kind of changes that way. If you want one to be the default, you just go to it and then push and hold, and it'll change that to be that default setting as well. Looking down our centers display here for the driver, we've got our drive-by-wire shifter. So you just give it a push for reverse, drive, or P for park. Pretty simple. We've got our drive and our terrain select. So our terrain select, you'll see up here, is snow, mud, and sand. And that's if you get yourself in one of those sticky situations. You can certainly do that, and it changes the way the all-wheel drive system will operate, as well as unlocking the wheels in case you're getting a little bit, closer being stuck. We have electronic parking brake hold, and then we have our heated and cooled front seats. So heated and ventilated front seats, which is fantastic for the summertime to cool down this leather. Our heated steering wheel, and same thing for the passenger side. And then behind here, some more USB ports and an electronic wireless charging pad. I'm almost making up stuff. Wireless charging pad. There's so much stuff to talk about this in this Sportage. It's unbelievable. And I almost forgot, because there's so much stuff. It does have the Harman Kardon incredible audio system as well in this. So this is a fully loaded, all the features, Sportage Hybrid SX. And then last but not least, our Carfax. 1 owner, no reported accidents, and 5 service records found on file. That's the gold right there, to make sure that the condition of the vehicle exterior matches the condition on file. No accidents, and 1 owner. And what an incredible find this is. So folks, if you're looking for a hybrid, you want all the features, you want an incredible interior, this is the one for you, and is right here at Clarington Kia. Visit us online at claringtonkia.ca or in the heart of Bonneville, very easy to get to from anywhere in central Ontario, where then you can get behind the wheel of this Sportage Hybrid SX right here at Clarington Kia. Whether you choose online or in-store, it's your experience your way at Clarington Kia. Thanks so much for watching, and congrats to whoever picks up this incredible Sportage Hybrid.